Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. At 12:41 a.m. on March 8, 2014, Flight MH370 took off from Malaysia going on a long trip to China with 239 people inside. The trouble began 38 minutes later when the plane suddenly vanished from air traffic control screens. No distress call, no warning. But here is the strange part. Satellite far in space kept sending little hello messages to the plane for 7 more hours. And these messages showed that the plane had turned around, flown over the whole country, and then headed south over the completely empty ocean until its fuel ran out and it fell into the water. This satellite data drew a huge, sad curve on the map where the plane must have crashed. But even after years of searching, only small pieces of the plane, like a wing part, have been found on faraway beaches, meaning we still cannot find the main part of the wreck or the black boxes that tell the true story, leaving the world with the biggest question: why did someone or something make a modern plane simply disappear? Havana Syndrome. Starting in late 2016, American government workers, mostly in the U.S. Embassy in Havana, Cuba, suddenly started hearing strange, loud noises, like a high-pitched buzz, a grinding, or a sharp clicking, which was often felt like it came from one specific spot or direction. And after hearing this sound, many people felt intensely sick with weird symptoms like strong headaches, dizziness, feeling pressure in their head, trouble with balance, and hearing a constant ringing in their ears called tinnitus. And for some, these problems did not go away, leaving them with lasting issues like bad memory and trouble concentrating. Because the first cases happened in Havana, this mystery illness was named the Havana Syndrome. And since then, hundreds of U.S. officials in other countries like China, Russia, and even the U.S. have reported the same thing. Many experts think it might be caused by some kind of secret weapon using directed energy like microwaves or sonic waves, while nobody has found the weapon or the attacker. And the true cause of this painful, invisible injury remains a strange puzzle. Bryce Laspisa. The mystery began on August 30, 2013. A 19-year-old college student, Bryce Laspisa, was supposed to be driving a short trip from his college in California back to his parents' home. But that quick drive somehow turned into a bizarre 20-hour journey where he drove erratically, gave away some of his things, and talked to his parents multiple times, insisting he was fine and lucid even after being questioned by police once. The final contact was early in the morning, and just a few hours later, at 5:30 a.m., his car was found wrecked and overturned at the bottom of a 25-foot drop near Castaic Lake in a remote area. Inside the car were his wallet and laptop, and there was blood on the seats. But the back window was removed, and Bryce himself was gone, vanished without a trace, leaving behind a troubling and confusing timeline that suggests he drove off the road. But investigators have never been able to find him, leaving his family with no answer about where he went or why he disappeared from the site of the crash. The Tamam Shud Code. On the morning of December 1, 1948, the body of a well-dressed unknown man was found leaning against a seawall on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. But the man had no wallet, no ID, and all the labels were cut out of his clothes, making him a complete mystery, which only got stranger when police later found a secret pocket sewn into his trousers containing a tiny scrap of paper with 2 printed words: Tamam Shud, which is a Persian phrase meaning "it is finished" or "the end." This scrap was traced to a very rare book of old Persian poems, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, which was found in a nearby car. And inside the back cover of this book, there was a series of strange, handwritten letters, a secret 5-line code that has confused code breakers and intelligence experts for over 70 years, despite DNA evidence suggesting that the man was most likely an electrical engineer named Carl Webb. The secret code has never been fully cracked. His real reasons for being in Adelaide are unknown, and the original question remains: was he a spy, a lover, or just a lonely man? And what did Tamam Shud truly mean for him? Salish Sea human feet. Since August 20, 2007, along the coasts of the Salish Sea near Vancouver, Canada, and Washington State, USA, more than 20 detached human feet have mysteriously washed ashore, creating a creepy, baffling puzzle that immediately led to theories about serial killers, smugglers, or even a mafia turf war. However, the true, less sinister explanation is scientific. Bodies that end up in the sea, usually from accidents, start to decompose. And their ankles, which are mostly soft tissue, are quickly picked apart by ocean creatures like crabs and shrimp, causing the feet to naturally detach from the body. The reason we only find the feet is that since the year 2000, modern running shoes and hiking boots have soles made of lightweight foam and air pockets, turning the feet into perfect buoyant floats, which then get caught by the sea currents and are pushed right to the shorelines. Meaning that the feet belong to missing persons whose lives ended tragically in the water. And the modern sneaker, acting like a tiny rubber raft, is the key to this gruesome mystery. Max Headroom Hijack. On November 22, 1987, in Chicago, Illinois, the infamous Max Headroom incident happened when a skilled prankster managed to hijack the broadcast signals of two television stations using powerful microwave transmissions. A stunt that stunned the media world. The first interruption occurred during WGN-TV's Evening News, when the screen suddenly went black and a loud buzzing filled the air for about 25 seconds before the normal program returned. At the time, many viewers simply assumed it was a routine technical glitch. However, a couple of hours later, the same person or group struck again, cutting into the public station WTTW's airing of a Doctor Who episode. This time, the intrusion lasted about 90 seconds and featured a clear video of a figure wearing a cheap Max Headroom mask and sunglasses, who delivered a long, rambling, and very strange monologue with a deliberately distorted voice, including references to the TV show Clutch Cargo and making fun of WGN sports announcer Chuck Swirsky before the video feed was finally terminated after the figure made an offensive gesture while bending over and being spanked with a fly swatter. Despite an intense investigation by the FCC, which treats signal hijacking as a serious federal crime, the person or people responsible for this technologically complex and brazen stunt have never been officially identified, leaving the incident one of the great unsolved media mysteries of the time. Enjoyed the video? Hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this.